What's up traders, welcome to the weekly forex forecast for the 30th January 2021. So this one will be a little bit different, and I want to start with the Bitcoin this time because the Elon Musk has changed his Twitter bio to the Bitcoin, and what actually happened is that this breakout happened in here, and a lot of people of course entered the trade. However, right now it's making the pullback. And everyone would be expecting this because I think that this line has many people on their charts, and once this happens, here will be thousands of the stop losses, billions dollars. So I think we could expect the bigger manipulation lower and then maybe the proper breakout later. So that was just to the Bitcoin. Those who knows me, you know I'm buying it a lot, but not trading it for the leverage. I'm buying it and holding on my wallet. Okay, so right now I want to show you some more things as well, which is actually here on my website, where you can download my MT4 plugins or the indicators which we have created for the MT4, and I will be actually using them in this forex market forecast. And as well, what you can do is to open the COT data application, which will of course allows you to use the COT data in the website. So I'm going there. First of all, if you did not register your email, you have to do that. Register your email, and you confirm that in your email address, right? Then you will have the access into the order flow, which looks like this, right? And here is another thing. I was a couple times saying that you cannot use the browser with the ad blocker because this is the app, and now look at this. So here it is in the Edge browser. I can click on this and I will click open this application, right? So now I have it actually as a standalone application, and I don't need to use any browser or something like that. So my COT data is right now standalone application in here as a window on my Windows, right? So let's check what actually happened in the COT data, and we are starting with the dollar. So what is in here? We're not seeing still any signs of the bullishness. The bank's still adding the short, so I'm thinking that the dollar will be for quite some time weaker. We are seeing the profit taking on the other pairs, but the dollar still doesn't have a strength. So here on the right side I have a USD CAD, so let's continue with it. And here is a quite interesting thing. Actually the USD CAD is only one strong the commodity currency. We can see that in here actually it changed from the bullish to from the bearish. From the bullish, the USD CAD has changed from the bullish to the bearish, right? So we can see the banks has closed the longs positions on the USD CAD, and they actually bringing the shorts, right? We will see this on the charts later. Right now I will bring the another currencies, which will be the we want to see Aussie and Kiwi, so these two. So here is the Aussie. As said, we are seeing the profit taking, but the USD is not still strong enough, right? It was bullish, then in this phase of this profit taking, it turned to the bearish, now to the bullish slightly again, and it dropped again. So the net positions only 771, and we have seen this drop in the net position. So it's actually bearish, the Aussie, but against the USD it's not gonna be so bearish, right? So there will be much better opportunities. Here is the Kiwi, which is actually profit taking from the 34k extreme positions. It's dropping right now, it's slightly growth, right? So we remember this correction. It was extreme, then it dropped, then they took it up again, and now we will probably see the profit taking and the drop in these pairs on the Kiwi pairs. So what's the next one? Let's check the Euro and Franc. Here is Euro. So the Euro, still we are seeing the growth in the longs positions, right? The shorts were closed and they are being closed. So the Euro still very bullish, right? I'm thinking the Euro is quite bullish for now. And here is the Franc. We are seeing that the Franc has been in their extreme couple times, and Yeah, this is definitely the profit taking. So the franc is not strong enough anymore, and yeah, so franc is weaker currently. What's gonna be the next one? The pound. Let's bring the pound, and let's bring the pound yen. So here's the pound. We are seeing that the banks actually has been building their longs positions, but then they close it, but they still bringing the shorts, right? So as we can see, the euro is not has reported not so bullish positions as the 2 weeks before. We are seeing the big change, minus 5k, right? And the JPY, actually I was thinking that the JPY is getting strong, but quietly they started to close their longs positions from the 69 to the 63, and we are seeing the growth in the shorts, right? So we are seeing here again not so bullish as it was, and quite big change, right? Minus 5k. So that's for the currencies. We will come back into this a little bit later. Right now let's go to the charts, and today I will be using my app which I'm using for the MT4, and as you can see, it's actually have same things as I can have it in the trading, which I like a lot, but I cannot have in the TradingView all these my tools which I'm using here in the MT4. So for me, MT4 is now of course slightly better, but it's a little bit you know, slow and all the programs. So right now we are looking to the euro. On here on the right side we have the monthly, here we have the weekly, daily, and the 4 hours time frame, right? So on the sequence of these time frames we will be looking for the opportunities, but right now I want to start on the daily, and I want to show you something regarding the COT, what we have actually programmed for quite some time, but right now I will show you properly how it works. So here is this numbers, right? So we are seeing actually here the number 6, sorry, here is the number 6, right? Here was the number 3, here was these two numbers, right? So this is actually the coefficient which is calculated by our formula to deliver the data in the easy format, and it's actually calculated for the all pairs. So I don't have to think too much right now about this, right? This is cool, but it's why I should be comparing always these two pairs, you know. So look what we see here. We are seeing the growth for the last 3 weeks when these shorts were closed. So we are seeing the growth in the positions, right? From 73, 77, 6, 77. So what does it mean? Here was these shorts closed, and we are seeing the growth in the last 3 weeks. So what does it tells me? Here on these lows they've been adding the longs position, so we will be looking for the longs, right? But not any big long term, because if we go to the higher time frame we can see that we are actually in the monthly, weekly, and the daily levels. But here is still room to go higher, and let's look what the retail traders are doing. We have it in here, and we simply click to these candles, and yeah, so we are seeing more people is shorting. So that's easy, not easy, that would be most likely going higher, and it could be the easy trade. Of course, the any trade, not one trade is easy. However, I would be quite careful in here because we have these lows, right? So this could be violated before the price go higher. So I'm bullish on the euro overall based on the COT and the price action. Next one is pound, and we will see, as we have seen here in the positions on the COT. Let me change the all time frames. I have actually this quite nice script which will change all my time frames to the all time frames to the same pair, right? So you can see I will give this to the download as well. So what we are seeing in here right now, we are seeing that the banks has been quite bullish, but they dropped into the -3. What does it mean? Let's check it on the GBP again, just to make sure it's correct, and it's actually correct. I was checking it, but let's look at it. So we are seeing that they has bring these quite big shorts positions, right? They bring like the 7k shorts against just 2k, so it's like minus 5k for the pound. So we are seeing it's bearish, and we are actually in this quite monthly level, but here in the weekly, here is still room to go higher. But what I'm thinking here is that as these highs are being taken out, I think that we will see the correction right now. Yeah, so as said, this correction could happen on the weekly. We might could see correction into here. Sorry, I have closed this chart, don't know why. Chart window. Okay, so it's back right now, and yeah, so it was actually the daily, right? So daily is here, right? And the correction could be made down to here. So yeah, we are seeing that this is happening on the COT, and what the retail is doing, we actually seeing that here is let me bring it to the bigger time frame. So we actually seeing that there is a 30% of the retail traders in the long and 70% in the short. So might you be thinking why I would trade against this? But look at this. If I bring the history like this, sorry. So what we seeing in here? Let's check these numbers. The retail traders, they've been 24, 28, 22, 36, 30. So actually the retail is actually buying in here. They are buying, the number of their exposure is growing. So if they are buying, here would be a lot of liquidity, which would be might interesting for the banks, which are actually doing the opposite. And it's the goal of our strategy to find as these two subjects are doing exact opposite thing. So let's go to the another pair, which is going to be USD JPY. And as we have seen that the JPY is actually weakening, right? So let's check it here in the order flow just to make sure. So USD JPY, it's here, and we are seeing this. The banks does not have such a big long positions, and they actually closing the shorts. So right now the scheme is that the price is growing up on the profit taking from the longs, right? From the shorts. So the shorts being closed, the negative positions dropping. If we look at it on the chart in here, and we will bring this coefficient, we will see it in here. Look, it's quite interesting, and it's quite giving these informations before it happened. So the price was dropping, and then we are seeing the price bounced up, and the coefficient has changed from the -4 to the 0. Then we are seeing this correction, these accumulations, and now we getting this information that in this phase, when the price was in here for these 2 weeks, the banks actually started to build positions, but they actually been closing the shorts from the JPY. That's why it shoot up. Look what the retail is doing. This is this nice scenario, right? So the banks been buying and the retail was shorting, right? So if I will make it quite bigger, so we will see it better. So look, the retail is shorting right now 30%, and here they've been shorting much more. Why? Because they shorted this break, right? And this is where they get into the trap. They short it, so one side is shorting, another side the banks can be buying. And we have actually the evidence that they've been buying. Where we have the evidence? Look, let me just look. Here is the evidence from the 4 to the 0, from the 4 -4 to the 0, right? So this is the buying. Here they buying again. So retail is now in a trap. So what we can think is that probably the price will not go below this and the price will continue higher, right? So I will be definitely looking for the long. Let's go to the bigger time frame. I want to show you as well where the actually where it actually bounced. Look on the monthly level. We are bouncing on from the monthly level, and from the monthly where the retail is shorting, we could go quite high. So how I would trade this actually as well, let me show you how I would might trade this. So we are on the 4-hour time frames right now, and we are seeing that let me hide this right now. So we are seeing that actually the price is making this higher high, right? It's quite nice. So again, here a lot of people will enter the long, right? So the price might make a little bit correction, and we could enter from this level actually. Let me wait. From this level long. We could be looking for the long, or there is another option how to do it. I will show you what I like to do, and this is actually another function of this my tool which we have right now for the using. So I would like to might enter like this, right? So this would be actually my target, and this would be my entry. I'm sorry, it's now a little bit you know, it looks like a little bit lagging because the market doesn't give a tick, so the charts are not updated, right? So right now I actually can have a planned this trade, so I will enter this trend line, which would be the perfect, because look, here is the average entry of the sellers. So I think that could something like this happen, right? What I actually can do, if I plan this trade like this on the weekend when the market is closed, I simply activate this trade. Now this line is activated and I don't have to be worrying about placing the order. I know my risk reward ratio is now 3.95. My target is 200 pips, and I could make $100 on this profit if this trade will work. Of course, this EA as well can close the partial profit and the things, but I will show you this in the next videos. Okay, so this is for the USD JPY. I will definitely be looking for this long in here. Next one is a USD CAD, and as we said, this one is quite weak right now. Yes, so this one actually is probably will be dropping because let's look here. We have seen that the banks has been bearish. They started to do some little bit bullishness, but if we look in here, -5, right, and right on the top it's actually in here. So -5, what they reported in here, I don't think it's signs that the price should go up, and I'm thinking that they will be looking for some more liquidity a little bit lower right now. Yeah, because let's bring the price action, and we can see, okay, here is a room, we want to this one, right? So look where this happened. It happened here in the daily levels, right? These levels which actually caused the break, then the price was retracing, they come up and they close the longs, and we could see the little bit lower. Because why? Let's go to the weekly and 4 hours and monthly. So we are seeing that the monthly level still was not reached, so probably this could drop a little bit lower, and on the weekly here is still room to drop lower as well. So the CAD still could be weaker. I'm not sure if I will be looking for the short in here, but I will definitely use this information that the CAD is strong, right? Because if we are seeing this, that means -5 is positive for the CAD. So this actually brings me to another pair. So let's start with the CAD Franc right now. So we have seen that the Franc is actually weak, right? And the CAD right now we find out that is strong. So what we are seeing here, this is the CAD Franc, and we actually bounced here on the weekly, and let's look what we have here on the daily, and let's look how the numbers looks like. So look, COT data. This is actually the COT data. This is the coefficient for the CAD and Franc. This is saving us a lot of work. We don't have to compare these two. We simply look at this and we know that here the banks actually started to buy. And look, where was it? In the institutional level from where we have this bounce. So here on the 4 hours, it's actually breaking this trend, right? And once the price will retrace a bit, it could go higher. Let's check the retail traders. What's the retail are doing? They are 43% in the shorts, but they've been, look, they've been 11, 10, 10, now 42, 43. So they actually doing exact opposite than what the banks are doing, right? So this has a big potential to go higher, and I will definitely trade this in the next week. With some maybe a little retracement, and we'll try to enter the market. Or what I can do is as well to set up I can as well set up something like, you know, retest of the trend line, and that could be my trade, something like that, right? So this tool gives me a lot of options for this. Next pair with the CAD is actually the CAD JPY, because we all seen that the JPY is weakening and the CAD is actually strong. So what is going on here? Look at this. So the CAD was actually the ranging in here, and right now we are getting number 7, and now it's a little bit different, and I want to explain you something, because not a little bit different, but look at this. We actually had the number 7 here in the past, right? But look, where was it? Here on the top. It's good, but what does it mean? If you get the extreme number on the top, that means that profit taking could come. But if you have a low numbers and then you have a 7 on the bottom, and especially in the weekly in the level, you might could guess that this could go higher, right? So let's look at this. On the weekly, we still have a room to go to the level nicely. There is this void which could be filled as well. We have these highs, which is something like a resistance for the retail traders. So they probably, you know, shorting it. On the monthly as well, the room go higher. Look what the retail is doing. Retail actually started to shorting heavily, while the price is starting to move higher, right? So the smaller correction and the continuation up on the CAD JPY is very possible. Next one is the NZD CAD. Actually, the trade we have in my signals was quite ranging for some time, and look what's happening in here. So we have the NZD CAD. So what happened in here? Let me bring this chart for all the pairs. So on the monthly, we actually reached this monthly level. Let me this update. Okay, so we are here. So on the monthly, we are in this level, right? So it's reacting in here. In the weekly, it's as well in the level. Let me right. So this is the level in here. Price is quite ranging for some time in here, and we can see here nicely on the daily, right? So we are seeing that here is they actually not adding any long positions, right? You can see how they've became bearish in here. Price dropped down, they became a little bit bullish, but why? To bring the positions back, and now they became very bearish. So what happened in here? They actually dropped the price, they built it a little bit longs for the previous 2 weeks to bring the price higher, to become more bearish, even more bearish. What does it mean? That means that they actually bring this up to build more longs on the CAD and close more longs on the NZD. So that's why the price I'm expecting to drop right now. We are seeing that the retail, yes, has a long small positions, but what I'm thinking is gonna happen in here, retail will might this will drop down because this is already in the extreme, and when we are around the 8 it will simply start to change this trend, right? Another CAD pair is going to be Aussie CAD. We are seeing it's already happening in here, right? Aussie is very similar to the Kiwi, as we said. We are seeing on the Aussie CAD this profit taking. Let's check this, right? So Aussie taking the profits, not so bullish as it was, minus 5k, right? Here is the CAD plus 3k, right? So that's exactly opposite. That's everything works perfectly for trading this pair down. And actually this is showing us these numbers. We have seeing the 4 on the top, then 2 0, right? Boom, minus 6. Minus 6 is quite strong number, which can give us a slightly bigger drop. And here is actually happening what I was predicting on the pairs on the previous pair, right? So we are seeing that yes, the retail has these extreme numbers like 12, you know, or something like that, and then when they start to buying, you know, around the 40, they start to buy on the top, and market makers simply smash it through it, right? So then it start to drop. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for the shorts in here, but I don't think I will short this low, because more people will try to enter breakout here. Maybe it will retrace, or maybe it actually happened already in here, right? Here we had this breakout, we have these lows, here we had this breakout, then they took it up into the stop losses, and now the proper breakout starts. So I will short small position, and if the price retraces, I will add some bigger ones, right? So yeah, next one is going to be, I actually have as well the GBP CAD. So we have seen this, and this one is going to be massive, right? Because check that, check this. So the price is actually, let me update this. This is waiting for quite. So price is actually in the monthly level, right? In here on the weekly, taking out the highs, so the false breakout, and look what happened in here, minus 10, right? So we having the weak pound and the strong CAD, and it's actually the two currencies which are really strengthened about against themselves, right? So I'm expecting much bigger drop in here on the 4 hours. Look how it actually reacted on this channel here, right? So yeah, I'm thinking we will go much deeper right now. Look again, number was 10, now the price is smashing through it. So what happened here? This, you see this pin bar, maybe the retail expecting, you know, boom up, but the exact opposite is gonna happen. So from the 10, it's actually right now how much it is. We are on the 25, right? So what happened here? So here was the 10% of the retail traders buying, and now it's 25. Overall, it's more than shorters, but they are trapped in here, right? They being caught in the trap, and once they are caught in the trap, and we know that the banks actually has changed their sentiment to the minus 10 already in here, and then they move it even higher in the extension, so it's gonna be much bigger, right? So what does it mean? If we are seeing that they've been minus 10 in here, that means that they have already started build their shorts positions in here. So the price must come down here at least to allow them close these positions in this at least the break even or something, but it's not gonna be break even because they've been building the position here, and it will comes into this level at least, right? Next one actually is Euro GBP. It's very nice pair as well right now. I like the setup on the Euro GBP. Sorry, this one is Euro. So look what happened in here on the monthly. We actually break through this lows, right? So we are here. Let me hide it, make it bigger. So we are here in this monthly level, right? On the weekly, we are in this gap, which is working a little bit like a support, and we are having this level below here. So we still did not reach the level completely. And look what's happening in here. I will hide this price section. This is what I love on this tool, that I can actually hide everything and then bring it so I can see the clear chart. So what's happening? Price dropping down, and right now we are seeing the banks are building the positions, right? 4-6, it's actually the growth, right? And I can't say how much I really love this, that I don't have to, you know, try to understand the COT even more. So right now we are in this one level, but if I will visualize this weekly level in here, it's slightly lower, right? So what I'm thinking is that this pound could go a little bit lower before it's fire up, but we are seeing that the banks already started to build the positions, right? So how this could be traded actually is this. Let's look at it. We are here and we could trade it like this. If I will bring this my tool by clicking B as a buy, and I will draw it like a channel, and I would like to enter actually somewhere around here, right? So I can simply activate this, and when the price will drop down here into this 4 hours level, and I can check if is it in confluence with this daily, right? You see here is as well the daily level. Where is the weekly one, right? So here would be here would be exactly where I want to enter the longs, right? We are seeing we have less retail traders shorting, so that's a possibility that the price will go lower, and once there will be less shorters, and people actually will be shorting even more as the price will go down and it will be hitting the stop losses, then market will reverse, as we have seen it on the other pairs already. Next one which I wanted to mention is and it's actually everything. No, as well the euro franc looks quite good, because we have seen that the euro strengthening and the franc is weakening, and let me bring all the charts again. Right, so we are seeing here on this this doesn't look actually so nice, because there is a big gaps, of course, due to this crash on this market in the past. So it doesn't look, we can turn this gaps off actually, and we can see just the levels, right? So we are in this weekly level, and here we want to see this almost reach this monthly. However, this one is quite violated, right? So it's not sure if it was reached or not. But what is important for me here on the daily is this. So what I'm seeing, so the price has actually the move up sharply, then it retraced, then move up sharply, created new high again, and here is where actually the banks started to build their positions. What we are seeing right now, correction, and what they've been doing in this correction, adding positions to the long side, right? So they are actually bullish. We are seeing that they are bullish, and what the retail is doing is bearish, right? So great for the trade. And yeah, on the 4 hours it will be looking like this, right? So yeah, some smaller correction would give a nice opportunity for the trade, right? So we have already this small trend developing in here, we have this in here. So yeah, this trend line could bring it a little bit lower, and then we could see something like this. Okay, my friends, so this is everything. I hope you like this, and share in your comments how you like this tool and if it's working for you. All right, bye bye.